because they're so intimate and they know Krishna so well. Why would they be so forgetful? Why would they be so neglectful? All right, they can neglect their families and neglect their duties and run to Krishna, but why would they be so neglectful in dressing? And then Sridhar Swami says, because it was deliberate. They weren't neglectful because they were in a hurry. They were. And they weren't neglectful or vyatyasta, dressing in an upside down or topsy-turvy way or unusual way, extraordinary way, because of their enthusiasm to meet Krishna and the intensity of the thrill in their hearts, and they became somewhat bewildered. But actually, it's because they know that Krishna likes so much to serve his devotees. Because we say everywhere that God is the supreme master. Everyone is a servant of God. Every religion says this, that we are all made to serve God. He is the big master, and we are all his servants. Ekale Ishvara Krishna Ara Sabya Bhritya. There is one master, God, Krishna, Vishnu, Ram, and everyone else is his servant. Hanuman is famous for Dasyarati Hanuman, famous servant of Ram. And Lakshmana is serving Ram, and Sita Devi, everyone's serving Ram. But in Krishna Leela, the tables are turned. This is why Krishna is so sweet, special, and attractive. The charmingness and the unusualness of his behavior, that Krishna, unlike any other form of Godhead, unlike Ram or Vishnu, Krishna takes the greatest pleasure in serving his devotees. When Krishna is a young boy in Gokul, Nanda Maharaj says, "Hey Lala, can you bring my shoes to me?" So then his paduka, his wooden shoes, his slippers, maybe they're inside shoes he wears in the house, I don't know. It's in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami. So then Krishna is very small, and Nanda Maharaj is a big adult with large feet, I suppose. And so then Krishna goes and he picks up these paduka as a little 2-year-old boy, and he brings them to his father. He hands them. Then his father says, can you bring that board to me? Can you bring that plank? There's some large board. So then little baby Krishna, Gopal, he's only 2 years old. And of course, Nanda Baba was playing with him, like fathers often play with their children. So then Krishna went, "This is Krishna. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam, Ishvara Parama Krishna, the cause of all causes, the creator, the maintainer." So then Krishna, on the behest or request of his father, to serve his father, to please his father, to make his father happy, in this Vatsalya, this fatherly love, motherly love, parental love, exchange of Vatsalya Bhav. Krishna loves it. He loves to serve his devotees. He loves to personally interact with them in the most intimate and humble way. It's not that, yes, God serves his devotee, he serves his devotees in a very grand and regal and pompous way with all kinds of opulence. No, he humbly serves his devotee. He carries his shoes for his devotee. Krishna drives the chariot for Arjuna. You've heard of Parthasarathi? Did you ever hear of Vishnu driving Daruka? Daruka is the chariot driver of Vishnu. But do you ever hear of Vishnu driving Daruka? Did you ever hear of Ram being the charioteer driving his chariot, the chariot for his charioteer? Hardly. But Krishna is he's controlling the horses on the battlefield. He's not sitting up somewhere 20 feet off the horses. When you're controlling the horses, you're sitting on the rath, and you're sitting there right behind the horses. and it's pretty muddy and dirty on a battlefield with lakhs of people being shot and murdered every hour. And Krishna's covered with mud and all kinds of things driving the chariot for his devotee, his pure devotee Arjun. Back to Gokul. So Gopal, he goes over to that plank of wood Rupa Goswami is describing, and he goes to pick it up. Oh, it's very heavy. And he's struggling with his little baby, tender, chubby little, fat little baby body, Gopal. He leans over. He's very determined to do that seva, to please his father. So then he goes to another side of the board. Maybe the long plank or board weighs less on the other side. So he goes over. Very heavy, can't move. So then Krishna becomes a little unhappy, a little frustrated, because he can't serve his devotee, his father. It can't make him happy. So what does Krishna do? He starts flapping his arms. Rupa Goswami says he starts going like this. Then Nanda Maharaj came and picked him up and kissed him and rubbed his head and said, that's okay, don't worry. So the gopis, Radha, Lalita Vishaka, Champak Chitra, Rangadevi Sudevi, they put kajal on one eye, an earring on one ear, because they know that Krishna likes so much to do Radha Sringar, Gopika Sringar. Krishna wants to dress the gopis like anything. Krishna wants to rub the feet of Radha like anything. Of course, sometimes he doesn't want to, but he has to. Because she's in Mahan. She's contrary, unfavorable, unhappy with his misbehavior, so to speak. So he has to resort to the most humble of positions and take the most servile of approaches towards Radharani, squeezing her feet and massaging her feet.